Hello beautiful people, Jackie Zambion here. If this is your first time on my channel and you are welcome, kindly subscribe to my channel so that you get updates each time I drop another video. To all my day one subscribers who are stuck on this journey with me despite my inconsistencies, I am grateful. So today I'm going to be trying out a few things using these dates that were given to me by a friend some time ago. But before I proceed, I would just like to make a disclaimer. I'm not a food blogger. However, I frown at wastage, and so I always endeavor to transform things that I can't consume easily into a more suitable and appetizing form. These dates, as you can see, are 3 packs and each pack is 500 grams. I'm removing the seeds. I'm trying to separate the seeds from the edible part. I don't know if I'll call it pulp or what, but however it is, I'm taking off the seeds in order to be able to blend them well. The seeds are hard, so I can't afford to put them in the blender. After separating them, this is me pouring hot water in them, and I'll let them sit for a while. So I'll go ahead and try to submerge them very well in water, and then I let them sit in this water and soak before I proceed to blend. I'll go ahead and cover and I let them sit for a while. So while waiting for them to soak, this is soybean that I've blended, and I'm going to be producing soy milk. I'm going to leave the link of any of my soybean milk videos so that you can follow up from there and see how I got to this stage. So this thing has been here for a while. When you're making soybeans, make sure to stir occasionally, but that big pot has been sitting there for a while and it seems like the material was not compatible with the stove, so I had to change to this smaller one, even though it started spilling. But I intentionally left it because I want you to see how soybean behaves, or how it does whenever you don't pay much attention. It always overflows. So I've just cleaned, I've turned off everything, and I'm trying to clean the mess before I move on. I'm reducing the quantity to avoid the same mess from happening. So it has cooked for a while, and I'm going ahead to sieve it using this big pot as my recipient. After which I will still transfer into the small pot because, like I said, this big pot does not seem compatible. So this is the residue I'm transferring, and I'll be using it later on for something else. My dates are now well soaked, and I'm trying to extract the excess juice that's in it. They are very sweet, so I can't just afford to let all of that sweetness in there. While trying to do this, I went ahead to add lemongrass, cardamom, cloves in my soybean to have good flavor. These are the dates I've blended, and I'm repeating the process to be able to blend all of what I soaked. So while they blend, the soybean is boiling, the soybean milk is boiling. So my main aim here was to sweeten the soybean with these dates instead of using sugar that I've often used all the time. So these are the dates. I'm mixing part of the paste which I will use to introduce into my soy. Here it is, and it's already boiling with the herbs that I added into it. My herb infused soy milk is almost ready. So I'm just going to proceed with adding the date juice that I mixed a while ago. So let's see how this turns out. Now I've turned out the flames, and I'm just letting the juices infuse into each other. I'm adding the date juice because I didn't get the sweetness that I desired. So let's see how it turns out. The color is so beautiful. It's really beautiful. But sincerely, I don't like the way it looks. If you look closely, I don't know if you can zoom and see the effect I got at this point was not so good. The milk tastes really great, but I wouldn't advise anyone to combine the date and the soy at this level. It's just better for you to leave the milk separately. Whenever you want to drink, you can warm it and then just introduce the date, but do not join the two because you will not like it. The thing coagulated and was giving a funny effect, but at the end of the day, it tastes really so good. It's really good, sincerely. Wow. This is part of the juice that is left, and I went ahead to add some of the herbs, cinnamon and cardamom, and I'll let that infuse. While I'm waiting for it to infuse, I'm preparing lemons or lemon juice that I'll add into it to enhance the taste. Before deciding to try out sweetening my soy milk with these dates today, this is how I've often consumed these dates. Like I said, I have them a lot. So this is the juice. I've added my lemon juice in it, and it tastes good. I'm just going ahead to strain, and that's it. I'll chill it and then consume whenever or however I like. And all done. I'll just bottle it and chill. I'm also transferring my soy date milk into containers to refrigerate. However, I can consume it cold or warm. So each time I want to drink, I can just warm it up and drink, and it's done. This right here is the excess juice I extracted from the soaked dates, and I'm using it to make date syrup, which is also my first time of trying out. So all of this video or vlog is all trial, and I make sure I stir from time to time as it thickens. And this is it, all looking beautiful. It's all done. And now it's time for the extra or the leftover paste that I blended to also be transformed into a sweetener. So these are my jars that I'm sterilizing as the date paste is being processed. So I keep it on low heat and I keep stirring from time to time. I'm transferring my date syrup into the jars that I've already sterilized. These are recyclable, or recycled jars. So I extracted things from there and I decided to keep. So you see, they are serving me today. All done, beautiful and so tasty. Now it's also time to transfer my date paste, which I'll also refrigerate and use as a sweetener in the days ahead. So I'm here filling it, and I'm making sure that everything, I can't afford to waste any of these things that I've produced, so I'm going ahead to scrape every little bit of syrup or paste. All done. We've come to the end of our trial video, and if you watch up to this stage, I hope you learned something or you picked out something from it. Thank you for staying tuned, and see you again in another video. Bye.